Imagine standing face to face with the Roman Empire, a force so mighty that cities fell and nations bowed. But what if one man, driven by loyalty to his homeland, stood against Rome and won? Today, we'll explore the story of a legendary rebel who challenged the mightiest empire of his time. Was he a cunning tactician, a fierce warrior, or something more? Before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe. If you could meet any ancient leader, who would it be? Drop your answer in the comments and let's get started. To understand just how incredible this feat was, we have to first understand what Rome represented. Rome was not just an empire, it was the empire, a superpower that had expanded its influence over Europe, North Africa, and parts of Asia. Roman armies weren't just numerous, they were disciplined, equipped with cutting-edge weaponry, and trained to perfection. They marched in perfect formation, conquered vast lands, and instilled fear wherever they went. For centuries, Rome was seen as untouchable, its rule backed by emperors who saw themselves as nearly divine. But this story isn't about emperors, it's about a man who refused to let Rome claim his homeland. Our story's hero was no ordinary figure. He was a leader whose courage and resolve made him a symbol of resistance. Some say he was born into nobility, others claim he came from humble beginnings, but one thing's certain, he was fiercely protective of his people and their land. Unlike many, he refused to be intimidated by the Romans, who demanded loyalty and submission from the tribes and kingdoms around them. His people believed in their way of life, in freedom from foreign rule, and he was willing to risk everything to protect that. Little did he know that his defiance would go down in history, making him one of the most unforgettable figures of his time. Quick question, do you think one person can truly make a difference against an entire empire? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's fascinating to think about the power of one individual's courage. Things came to a head when the Romans pushed one boundary too many, crossing lines that this leader would not tolerate. Refusing to let his people be ruled by foreign oppressors, he rallied his followers and began what many thought was an impossible mission to challenge the Romans. His forces weren't numerous, nor were they as well equipped as the Roman legions, but he had something Rome didn't: a deep understanding of the land and a mastery of guerrilla warfare. In the beginning, he launched surprise attacks, ambushing Roman supply lines and isolating smaller forces. His strategy was swift and brutal. He struck hard, then vanished into forests and mountains, leaving Roman commanders frustrated and humiliated. Over time, the people rallied to him, his reputation as the leader who stood up to Rome spreading like wildfire. The Romans soon recognized they were dealing with someone who truly understood their weaknesses. He anticipated their moves with precision, setting up ambushes that would strike fear into even the most battle-hardened soldiers. The terrain became his ally. Where the Romans moved in rigid formations, he moved flexibly, using his knowledge of every hill, valley, and river. Entire legions met defeat, and Roman generals were forced to admit that they were facing a tactical mastermind. One battle in particular is still legendary. He outflanked an entire Roman battalion, trapping them in a gorge where they couldn't maneuver. The losses on the Roman side were so severe that it shocked Rome, proving this man wasn't just a nuisance, he was a genuine threat. Word of his victories spread, and Rome's attempts to conquer him only fueled his cause. He became a symbol of resistance, a beacon for those who wanted to see an end to Roman domination. As all epic stories go, this hero's journey wasn't without its challenges. With each victory, the Roman response grew more intense, their determination to crush this rebellion ever stronger. Eventually, Rome adapted, studying his tactics, learning his patterns, and sending even larger forces to confront him. Despite his brilliance, his resources couldn't match the endless supply Rome could muster. In his final days, he was outnumbered and trapped. Some accounts say he died heroically in battle. Others claim he escaped, only to live out his life in hiding. What we know for sure is that his legacy didn't die with him. To the Romans, he was a symbol of rebellion, a stark reminder that even the mightiest empire could be challenged. To his people, he was a hero who proved that freedom was worth any cost, that courage was more powerful than any empire. So what does this story teach us? In the face of overwhelming odds, one person's determination can inspire generations. This man's defiance was so impactful that even today his story is remembered as one of the bravest stands against tyranny. Now, a final question for you. If you were in his position, would you have made the same choice? It's one thing to admire courage, but standing up in the face of an empire, would you do it? Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible tales from history. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Your answers might just inspire the next story we cover. Until next time, remember to stay curious, stay brave, and keep questioning.